Come to Remora TC to trade like a shark and not get eaten by one. Let's school together to protect and grow our money. Hi everybody, it is June 1st, Sunday. Last week's price action was mostly sideways, kind of grinding. No big moves up or down, except for maybe one or two tickers across the markets. Otherwise, it was a pretty flat week. Going into this week, I feel most of the price action will behave as I've been predicting. So let's review the 10 tickers and see what is to come. First on the plate is SPY. This is the S&P 500. You can see my annotations here from Wednesday that we will likely test all-time highs up here. And my prediction remains unchanged. The price action was mostly sideways during the week. And you can see that there's about a 4% upside, perhaps maximum, to retest all-time highs. And then really it is just lower prices. So unchanged, my prediction is ultimately, you can see here, lower prices for the SPY. Switching to triple Qs. The behavior for the triple Qs is pretty much the same from Tuesday's price action up until Friday's. You can see it's essentially sideways. The retest of all-time highs is only about a 3% further up, and my prediction, similar to the SPY, is further low prices for the triple Qs. I mean, you've got this resistance here on this trend line, black trend line going up here. So I think what will happen is that as price moves up, just make this quick annotation here. Fix it there real quick. There will be, I'm going to switch this to dashed lines, make it black but dashed. And this is my prediction. So what will happen is you'll have perhaps a retest of the all-time highs up here, which will cause bearish divergence down here. And just put a dashed line here to indicate that's my prediction. But once it's confirmed, I'll switch it to a red line so that it's much more clear for us to see. Okay, that's triple Qs. Switching to the FTSE. This is the UK's top 100 companies. You can see bearish divergence down here already appeared, but the test of all-time highs isn't that much further away. So I think they'll do that. All-time highs is right here at 8,900 or so. So there's only a little bit more, less than 2% for price to get up there, or just nearby it for us to make this retest, which includes this upward trend line, purple here, which is a fantastic resistance, in which case the sharks will begin their selling with conviction back down to this purple line here. There is the 200-day moving average. Let me just annotate that real quick. 200-day is right here. Make it blue. And that will be a balance. Price will come down, bounce off of it as a temporary move, and then continue downward. So it'll come up a little bit and come down, hit the purple trend line. That would be a nice play. I'm not trading the FTSE in general. It's not a ticker that I follow, but this is an index which I'm reviewing because some of my viewers are interested in the FTSE. Let's switch to gold. The gold miners play, GDX. You can see here, GDX is playing out to what I believe will be a double top. So here's the first top, second top is here. My prediction, similar to what I just said in the FTSE, is if we get close to this double top here, which is only about another 6% move up, it will cause bearish divergence down here. So here's my prediction for bearish divergence right here, right? And that will result in me drawing a solid red line down here in the RSI. And this will pose as resistance up here. You can see I've already annotated this blue arrow going down to this purple trend line. So that's further prices. This would be a strong conviction selling by the sharks. Okay, that's GDX. Let's switch to the Bitcoin play, MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is playing out as I had discussed back here in this zone up here in early May. I said this would be resistance. Indeed, it's posed as resistance, and you can see price has now come back down here. There's a little bit of a, I'll call it a bounce here, and I think the bounce will result in coming up to hit this lower part of this red line, this red ceiling here that I've put around at the 400 zone, maybe a little less than 400, maybe 395. In which case, I mean, it's, for MicroStrategy, $5 is nothing. It moves a lot. It's very volatile. But the prediction remains further downside, okay? Up, perhaps hit it, maybe peek through it a little bit, and then further selling downward. From where we are at the moment, that would be a 15% move from where we are right here at 369. But there is some upside here before it comes down. Anyway, for the low prices in general over the next couple of weeks for MicroStrategy. Switching to Nike. Nike's trade, if you've been following it, it's been playing out as I've said. Today's annotation is a little bit, I've added more to it, meaning I will take my profits here, which I've been talking about for the past couple of weeks, maybe a week, in fact, a week, stating that, price is going to use this gap down here as support, and it has. I will take my profit here because I took the entry down here. So I'll take my profit at this zone here, which is resistance of this trend line. But you also see how I've annotated this one right here, stating that I do anticipate Nike breaking through this resistance. When it comes back down to, I think, somewhere down here, I will re-enter it. So let's go ahead and make it green here. So I'll make it like green right around here. Okay, so I'll make it green to help highlight to you that's my re-entry. I want to re-enter the trade and take it back up to this. Fill the gap here, take it up to 200. Let's see, what would that be? So let's say from here up. Okay, so, 10, 15%. Not massive. This is not a tech stock. This is not MicroStrategy or Tesla, but it's a stock that I've been able to read, and so I can minimize my risk and improve my probability for success. So I like this one. I'm in this trade long. Let's switch to Microsoft. Microsoft, as I've been talking about over the past week and a half, that this zone up here is a zone of weakness, momentum loss for Microsoft, even though price has been going upward. You can see that indeed there is bearish divergence down here, the RSI. So it's very clear. I'm just going to annotate it like that. You can see it. Momentum downward, okay, whereas price is going upward. That's a clear signal for the sharks to begin their selling. They're going to get out. Let's take a quick peek at the weekly. I want to remind myself where all-time highs is located. Okay, so all-time highs is right up here. So all-time highs is 468. Let me just annotate it real quick. I'll make it a line like this. Okay, so that's all-time highs. Do I think Microsoft will reach it? I mean, It's possible, how much further do we have? Okay, so not much further really. So the play might be on very thin volume, or even they might gap it up and on Monday, Tuesday, gap it up, and peak its head above it. So let's make it red. It might poke above it a little bit, okay, on the gap up, and then they're going to sell down. So let me just readjust this blue arrow here. Excuse me. This blue arrow. Okay, so it's possible they might gap it up there. I'm just going to slide these over from a time frame standpoint. It's going to take a while for price to move. Okay. Anyway, further low prices for Microsoft. This is a zone of resistance. If you're wanting to buy into it, this isn't the time to buy. In fact, if the sharks are selling up here, I would recommend that you follow what the sharks are doing, because the sharks are giving us the signal. Okay, I'm not the advisor. The sharks are advising you. They're saying, "Hey, we're getting out." Let's look at NVDA next. NVDA. All right, so NVIDIA is in this middle zone between, this is right here, 153 and 125. That's a big distance. And right now, we're in the middle, okay, right? So what do I see? I see that the top part of this gap, annotated in yellow, will pose as resistance. So I made this red line here. But at the same time, I just want awareness for you all, because I don't think it's going to reach it, because it's quite a ways, 7% up, with obvious indication here that the sharks are selling. Okay, you can see the past 3 days, the volume is higher than all these days of, apart from, what does this say? 13 May, the volume is at 330 million. The rest of the days, you can see the momentum has waned, and then now some selling coming back in. So this is resistance here. In fact, I'm just gonna get rid of this, okay, to not confuse everybody. So that's resistance. Price is down here now at 135. It may come up, hit the bottom of the gap here. Even though it's already played through it, it's just, there's a memory of the gap start. So they may come back up here. But really, for this week, for the next couple of weeks, lower prices for NVIDIA. Now, the 200-day is here, so it may pose as support. Price may come up, come back down, hit the 200-day bounce a little bit, and can then resume selling. The sharks will resume selling. Where's the target? I really think this gap fill down here. So if you add this 11% plus this 13%, that's almost 25% down for NVIDIA. So further low prices for NVIDIA. I mean, the sell signal, the bat signal rallying the call for a superhero. The sharks are saying, "Hey, get out." They're telling each other. Let's switch to Tesla. Tesla. All right. Tesla, same setup. Look at this. The sell signal is here, right into resistance of this trend line going upward. So there's an upward trend line, resistance. Let's move this up here. Further resistance up here. Sell signal already, and they're rallying each other. We just need some conviction in the selling. The volume down here, you can see it's only a little bit more, right? But in general, it's not a lot. It's not impulsive yet. They may yet test it one more time. So let's do this. They may retest it one more time up here before the conviction and the profit taking begins for the Tesla sharks. Okay. Let's also re-annotate the 200-day, slide it over. There you go. My handheld 200-day. hand-drawn 200-day. Definitely the gap fill here will take place. They'll then fill this gap down here. The target really is down here, okay? The purple trend line down here. Okay, that's Tesla. Let's look at Palantir. Palantir behaved exactly as I had hoped. I had talked about the entry to follow the sharks to the short side because they had already built up tons of bearish divergence. You can see it down here on the other side, lots of it. Okay, price kept going up, 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 up. Bearish divergence. Lots of it, tons of it down here. Okay. Now we're just waiting for the dam to break and the sharks to really, really sell. What I do find interesting, though, is this volume candle on Friday's price action that bought price up. You know, this is the sharks setting the perfect trap. Okay. Now, if you're a shark, you want to eat all the tuna. So what you're going to do is what are you going to do? How are you going to catch your prey? Well, you're going to lure it. You're going to put some, I don't know, chum in the water. You know, when you go fishing on a boat, big boat, and you throw chum in the water to get the small fish to come, and then the bigger fish come to the small fish, you know, like the medium-sized fish, then the sharks can come eat the bigger fish. Okay, so this is the chum right here, because they're bringing a lot of attention to Palantir. They're getting people to want to buy back in, and you know they will dump. I'm telling you, there's massive selling coming. Okay, right here. I wish I had little emojis. Does this thing even have emojis? I want to put a shark or a, let's see. Oh, they've got emojis here. Okay, here. I've used this before, and I forgot. Here's a fish. So where am I going to put the fish? There, okay? This is the sharks. The sharks are baiting the heck out of it right here, okay? I'm telling you, the selling is coming, okay? I'll see if I can find a shark and we'll use it next time, but that's the bait. Don't get hooked, okay? I'm not an investment advisor, financial advisor, all of that. I'm just saying the sharks are going to sell. So if you're going to buy, then you're going to get smoked. They will eat you. It's sashimi time. Okay. Don't get eaten. All right. That's the 10 tickers for this week. I will review them again on Wednesday. If you found value, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, make sure you click the bell, and then make sure you turn on notifications. Share this with your friends. And as always, good luck with your trades.